This training video is on a new capability within HLS. What it does, it has a foreground um, effect plane and it has a background effect plane. And if you engage the background effect plane, you will merge your background effects with your foreground effects for your display. Now the priority will be the foreground effect. So their background means they're in back. So the purpose of this training is to illustrate the capability and kind of show you how to use it. It all came about because a user recently said, hey, I got a bunch of effects like this, and I want to very quickly fill in the gap with a low intensity level. Now, I'm showing you RGB channels just because I can show color and intensity for a training. But this, what I'm showing you, can just as easily be done on incandescents or single color LEDs. Okay, so the idea is, how do you fill in the background? Well, a more broader question is, if I can fill in the background, can I fill in the background with effects and then merge the two? And the answer is yes, and that's what the training is. So let us assume that you have a existing sequence with a bunch of effects like I have here, and you want to have something filling in the background. You might want to have a low intensity so that it's not just dark lights with your display coming on, but it's kind of a low intensity, or it might be a different color. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into manage channels, and I've already done this, but I'm going to show you what it is. And I'm down here into these LED dancers. And if you notice, there's a new column. It's called background. And you can select a bunch of them. And there are two buttons. So set background or clear background. So if you want to use a background capability, you would select the channels that you want an additional background capability associated, and you would hit select background, at which point you're going to get these check marks. Okay, so we're going to assume by the magic of computer generation that we've already done that. So how do we use this? Well, if you come up here under effects, you now have a view foreground, view background, or view foreground with background invisible. You also have some keyboard commands. Alt-B is foreground view. Alt-N is background view. Alt-M is foreground without background. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to use the keyboard up here at effects. That way you know what I'm clicking on. The problem with training videos like this is if I manipulate the keyboard, all you see is changes without knowing the actions that took place. So all of these channels that I have displayed, I have added a background channel to them, which means if I come up here to effects and I want to say, show me my background, they're empty. Okay, so let's add a background. Again, I'm just using RGB just so that we have some color and intensity. Now what I've done here is for my intensity level, I've made an intensity of 35. So we're just going to say I want to, in this area, I just want a low intensity illumination of the LEDs or incandescents or pixels or RGB strings. I want a low intensity of which I'm going to apply effects on the top. So again, this is background mode. If I come up and I go to foreground, now you see they are actually merged together. That's exactly what you're going to see in the output. Okay? So you're going to see during this period of time your background, and then you're going to have your effects. Now, that's kind of nice. Oh, I want to show you one more thing. Here is foreground with background invisible. So let's say you want to work, you know you got a background, but you don't want to be impaired by the visual impact of the background. So you can come up and do a foreground with background invisible. Foreground by itself, that's what's going out to the lights. That's what's going out to the preview. This is what you're getting in reality. So let's go to the background again, and let's just erase these. I'm hitting the delete key. Now it's gone. Now I want to show you something else. So let us select a group, and we're going to select a ramp up. Now what I want to do is I'm going to hit the control key because I'm selecting this group, and I'm right clicking, and I want to perform the action, and I want to hit chase on the corner. Now I could have just as well brought up the HLS toolbar and done that. I'm lazy right now. So I'm going to click that, and now I'm going to pull that chase. So what I have is I have an intensity chase over a period of time in the background. Now let's go see what it's going to look like in the foreground. That's what you're going to get going out to the lights. So the yellow in the back could be changes of intensities associated with incandescents or LEDs, or they could be changes in intensities and color in the background merging with your foreground. I hope you enjoy this new capability, and I hope you have a great upcoming Christmas.